Well, good morning, everybody. It's so good to be with you again. I think I say that pretty much every day, and every day that we're together, that's pretty much the truth. I so enjoy the time we share. Today, I'm going to uh, share some thoughts I've been having about loneliness and how important it is to feel connected to other people. I was reading a book written by someone called Christmas Hutchison, who was discussing this very topic, and it really got me to thinking about uh, how often we take for granted uh, our friends and family and significant people in our lives. And if we don't nurture these relationships, we can, in fact, feel quite lonely. Uh, I think, first of all, it might be helpful to identify and understand what loneliness is. And as usual, this isn't just going to be one and done. It's going to be a series because there's so many things that we just can't handle in 10, 15, 20 minutes. We need to spend more time thinking about them if we're really serious about trying to modify behaviors, make changes in our lives, live our best lives as happily as we can. Loneliness is something I think we all experience, whether because of the quarantines like COVID and lockdowns that resulted from that, or because of patterns of regular life. We're very mobile people and we move about the country, and very often we're away from those for whom we most care. Uh, but there are also steps we can take to stay emotionally resilient in the face of whatever challenges may be coming our way. And that's important to understand. In fact, a feeling of loneliness can actually be a launching pad uh, to increasing your sense of connection with others and establishing deeper relationships. What loneliness is and why we might feel that way is important to look at. Feeling lonely is natural because we're human beings, and as human beings, we are social animals. It's normal to feel lonely if we are like isolated from others, and it makes sense from a biological perspective. From the very beginning of the human race, if you want to go back that far, as hunters and gatherers, we have evolved to be social beings. In order to survive, we found we worked better together, and our chances were infinitely better if we worked together. The importance of other human beings is reflected in our neural wiring and has many parallels in the animal kingdom. Wolves team up to hunt. Prairie dogs warn their mates about the danger of a hawk. Uh, and if you've ever watched apes behaving together, you notice that ostracism among apes is one of their forms of the harshest of punishments. The point? Social connections are so important that our survival literally depends on it. As we've moved away from living in small communal villages, our society has also changed, uh, with individuals no longer working and interacting in the same way. Now we tend to spend more time using our phones and computers than we do speaking with others in person. But while it can be difficult to establish meaningful relationships that way, our primal need to be around others has not disappeared. Uh, I think all of us need to remind ourselves that everyone feels lonely sometimes, and we aren't weird because we feel lonely. You're not alone at all in feeling lonely. In fact, it's one of the most common feelings in this day and age. According to a recent survey by the American Psychological Association, the Gen Z adults are the most likely to report experiencing common symptoms of depression, with 73% saying they had felt lonely in the last 2 weeks. Accepting that everyone experiences loneliness at some point in life helps us to see that it is actually a natural part of human experience. Why do we feel lonely? There are many reasons we feel lonely, including self-doubt, feelings of inadequacy, or false beliefs about ourselves. Uh, like nobody wants to hang out with me. Uh, nobody wants to be my friend. Everybody's too busy for me. You get the drift. To determine why you feel the way you do, take a few minutes and reflect on whether you can trace your loneliness to its uh, root cause. Is it harder to visit others after the pandemic or because you've moved away? Did you recently relocate? That can be really traumatic if you've lived all your life pretty much in the same location. Uh, Moving away is a huge deal. Many people are very mobile throughout their lives. I think a lot of my military friends that have moved from post to post, that doesn't seem to traumatize them as much as it does those of us who have pretty much lived all of our life within a 30-mile radius of where we were born and grew up as children. Uh, Maybe somebody you loved moved away. I think of my friends that are empty nesters now, and their kids aren't home anymore, and they're coping with the loneliness of not having their children around. Are you physically alone? Uh, you know, was the loss of your spouse or change in living circumstances put you in a position where you are now a single individual making it on your own? Understanding the origin of our feelings can be a valuable step toward overcoming what could be classed as a negative emotion. Look around yourself. Are you actually alone, or do you just feel detached from others? Loneliness can manifest itself in powerful ways. Some of us can feel perfectly content in solitude, while others can feel alone in a crowded room. Um, I'm probably that person. You walk into a room, you don't know a single soul, you look around for a familiar face, there isn't one, and you feel alone. There's no one way to gauge loneliness because every person experiences human connection in a different way. Loneliness is about perceived social interaction or the discrepancy between what you want from your social relationships and your perception of those relationships. Uh, that means that you can be surrounded by people but lack intimate relationships. Uh, Being on stage in front of hundreds of people can be one of the most alone experiences you'll ever have to cope with. But there it is. Uh, don't worry if you can't figure out why you feel lonely. That's okay too. Sometimes it's just not easy to pinpoint precisely why we feel the way we do. One way to bring yourself closer to understanding is by reflecting on the moments you feel most alone. Do you find yourself feeling lonely when you are in a specific place or with specific people? Are there people you love to hang out with? Are there people who make you feel different or outside of the group? In general, friends, family members, or significant others make us feel happy to be around them, love us unconditionally, support us through thick and thin, and make us feel complete. These are the people who can help us overcome these feelings of loneliness. I challenge you this week, just, as you're going through your day, to write down times when you normally feel lonely. Is it when you're at home by yourself? Is it when you're at work? Maybe it's even when you're in a group, maybe a group of strangers or people you feel don't have anything in common with you. Look at your list to help define where the roots of your loneliness are. Additionally, determine where there are people in your life who can always boost you up when you feel down. Write down their names too as go-tos when loneliness hits. And why do we care about loneliness anyway? Well, I don't know about you, but about me, if I'm feeling lonely or blue, um, I usually want some comfort and reassurance. And very often, what I will go to, because it's available, is food. And I will eat inappropriately as a way of making myself feel less lonely. So let's spend a little bit of time this week trying to identify and understand these feelings of loneliness. And I'll check back in with you next week and see what you discovered, and also move forward with another aspect of what might be going on as we all deal with loneliness. Right now, have a great day. Find somebody that you love, that you can reach out to and dispel the loneliness that you might have been feeling. And I will talk to you later. Bye for now.